sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Just go forward. So what do you need to do? How do you stand out? So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger than you think. Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenixes that you are. So welcome everybody and hello. This is Andrew David, Blake & Barr's partner program. Appreciate those of you that have been patient. It's been an interesting week and a half between a few days down in San Juan and all of this week up until now down in Montego Bay in Jamaica. I know the calls were kind of sporadic, so I appreciate you guys being here. Now, I dropped a short video into the Skype challenge group yesterday, kind of explaining what I've got as an idea, and I'm going to invite you guys that want to be a part of it along for the ride. I will be bringing it up consistently on these calls. We're going to go over all sorts of other topics, but here's kind of where we're at. I had a chance to recharge, and if you haven't in a while, any way that you can find a recharge is something you should do. For me, it was, we got away. I spent plenty of time in the sun, on the beach, feet in the water, eating more than I should. They had a great spa at the resort, so I got some time in the sauna and everything else, and got time to think and just kind of reset myself emotionally, spiritually, everything else. But and I've mentioned this before, so September 30th or September 20th, we're flying out to Italy. September 30th is when we're going to have our wedding in Italy. And here's kind of a challenge I'm going to lay out for those that want to participate. And I'm just going to keep updating inside our regular Skype challenge group. The challenge group began last year as, I think the first challenge was an affirmation challenge. It was a 30-day affirmation challenge, what I put before the group. And so we taught about affirmations. We talked about how to put them together, and everybody kind of created their own. And each and every day I was posting affirmations in there. And then from there we did, physical challenges, and we did bucket list challenges, and we've done reading challenges. We've done all sorts of different things. I've got, instead of a 30-day challenge, I'm looking to kick off for myself. And for those of you guys that want to participate, you're going to kind of create some of your own aspects with this, but a 90-day challenge. During these 90 days, the goal is to work on these key elements. Let me share this here. So how do you plan your days? How do you go about it? And what are you doing to attain something? How are you focusing your goals? So the challenge is going to include some elements of your spirituality, right? Your inner peace, your mind, so education, your body, physical health, your heart, meaning your relationship, love life, family, friends, etc. And then your effort, meaning your business. These elements: spirit, mind, body, heart, and effort. So I'm going to give you some examples. During the next 90 days for spirit, for myself, I'm going to be doing affirmations. I'm going to be meditating, and I'm going to be including more prayer than I have. Those are elements of my spirit challenge. For my mind, I am going to outline a series of books. I will share with you guys that book list, but I'm going to be reading those books, and I am going to be writing in journal and other things. So a study. So I've got, along with the books, there's going to be a couple of things that I'm going to be studying. Some of it will be digital marketing related. Some of it will be management related. Leadership management, as I kind of take our digital agency that I've got. I'm going to take a little more active role over the course of the next 90 days because we're looking to scale aggressively into mid seven figures with that we're looking at. So that's going to be my mind training. From a body perspective, has anyone heard of the 75 hard challenge? Has anybody heard of that? A guy named Andy Frisella. So some of you have, some haven't. So the 75 hard challenge is a guy named Andy Frisella, is the guy that owns the supplement company First Form. It includes like working out twice a day, indoors and outdoors, something outdoors. It includes, clean eating, water, all of these different things. I'm going to do a modification of that. I'm going to do 90 days. It is going to include exercise for cardiovascular health. It is going to include exercise for muscular health. It is going to include a bit of diet. Like I said, I've got 90 days for my wedding. What I'd really like to do is in about 60 days, realize that I've got to go in and take in my suit a little bit. I'd like to have to go in and do that and say, hey, let's make this a little bit better. I know she's put in a hell of a lot of work for her dress and everything else. I feel like she deserves at least the best out of me in that regards. So that's my body. Now my heart is going to include my relationship with my fiance, is going to include my relationship with my children and with a handful of other friends. I want to build, not just with some partners that I have, but some other friends. I want to rebuild and strengthen some relationships that I have. And so that's going to include, I started it actually yesterday before I left Jamaica. I filmed a bunch of kind of 60-second videos that I could send out to some people, kind of expressing gratitude and talking to them and kind of laying out, hey, this is something that I'd like to do. And then as far as effort goes, business, this is going to be application of what I'm going to use with my mind. This is going to be scaling my digital agency business. This is going to be scaling a couple of other things that I'm looking at. Along with that, I'm going to be doing some advertising for a partner, and in traveling and looking around and traveling in Italy, just kind of realized that getting back into some real estate investment transactions is something that I haven't done for a few years. I did a bunch in the past, and I'd like to kind of bring that back in. And so I'm starting to reach out to some partners that I did a lot of work with. So that's going to be something over the course of the next 90 days. So I want to have a couple of, and I'm sharing this with you guys because it's, I don't have any problem talking about it, because we're going to work our asses off in order to do it. Me and some partners. Again, and I've said this over and over, like, you don't have to tackle every single thing that you do on your own, guys. A lot of times there's help available, there's partnerships available, there's mentors available, there's a group around you that's willing to lift you up. I'm not like the real estate stuff. I'm going to work with some people that are going to be able to help make that a reality, where it's not going to require every single thing from me, right? Not all of my time, not all of my effort, not all of my capital. I'm going to be able to make things happen. You don't have to follow. I'm going to share with you guys some specifics for my goals. You don't have to follow exactly, but my challenge to you is for you to take the next 90 days and create some goals for your spirit, your mind, your body, your heart, and effort, meaning your business, right? Your professional life, and to go at these 5 categories with just without abandon, with everything that you've got, and find a way to make this better than where you've been in the past. So I got 26, 27 of you on here. How many of you guys feel like you're willing to kind of go at it for the next 90 days? I got a couple of head nods. I got a few that I know are sitting there going, oh yeah, okay. All right. This isn't a New Year's resolution. You're not joining the gym at the same time as everybody else. You got a group here that's willing to fight along with you, right? It's okay if you slip once in a while, guys. So one thing about the 75 hard that I mentioned, like with the body thing, like if you miss a day, you start over. I'm not doing that here. We're going 90 days. We're going all in. We're going big. We're going to work on ourselves, because look, a 21-day challenge, that's great. 7 days, that's awesome. Yay, we feel good. We got 7 days in. 90 days means I'm making a change.
I don't know.
And things are going to be different. Janine, I've been writing my 90-day goals same time. Good. Start writing them out. So this is part of what you've got today. So I'm going to follow this up. I'm going to drop this video a little bit later on into the Skype group. I am going to type out a couple of things. So spirit, mind, body, heart, effort, work, professional life, however you want to put it. 2 to 3 goals for each one. It's a lot. So understand, you're not going to be able to do every single thing every single day for every single goal. But you can schedule, you can plan, you can do something consistently. And the goal is to be consistent. The goal is to create change on a massive scale. If you want massive changes to your results, you better be able and willing to work. There are going to be complications. There are going to be times when you're not going to want to do it. There are going to be days when you're frustrated. There are going to be days when you're not seeing the results that you want. I don't care, do it anyway is going to be my response. Okay? Because we're in this to fight. Okay? That's ultimately what it's about. So yes, we are going to talk about establishing daily routines. We're going to talk about establishing weekly routines. We're going to talk about different avenues of doing that. You may need to test some stuff out. You may need to, everything does tie together. Patrick, in a big, big way. If you think that, taking care of your spirit and body don't affect your business, then you just haven't been paying attention. We went hard on the reset in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, right? We took off for Puerto Rico. We took off for Jamaica. We dropped the dogs off with mother-in-law. We ate. We worked out in different places. We sat. I don't like, and I've talked about this before, I don't like getting up in the mornings. I'm not an early riser. We woke up for multiple sunrises in Jamaica. Like, for me, that's what the hell's going on. While on vacation, I'm up before the sunrise. Come on, right? I don't think we stayed up past 11:30 on any night. So there. I've already applied. They're sending me my AARP card now. Just kidding. Some of you guys got that. Others just passed right over. My point is, guys, make massive changes. Reset however you need to reset. Take a couple of days this weekend, right? Go on a walk, get in the pool, go to the gym, sit and meditate, start to set your goals, because Monday, if you want to start now, but Monday it begins. And we're going to hammer some of these things. So spirit, mind, body, heart, and business, all of those are going to be discussed in coming months. We're going to talk strategies. If you guys have something that's worked exceptionally well for you, share them. Be willing to share them. Talk about them. If you've got struggles that you've dealt with, share those. How you overcame the struggles are just as important, right? Almost more important, really. But if you're stuck in a certain spot, don't be afraid to share it, because it'll be a way for us to help you get to that next level. All right. So I'm going to share this video in there. That's all I got for today. Those key areas. So if you're sitting here now going, okay, I'm in, I'm going to do this 90 days. Here's what you're going to start right now. Okay. Spirit, mind, body, heart, effort / business. Spirit, mind, body, heart, effort. These are where your goals are going to be centered. Anywhere 2 to 3 goals for each one. I don't need to write out 10 for each one. 10 ends up being 50 different things. You're not going to complete that. 2 to 3 a piece is doable, right? And with heart, you could write down a goal there. Could be 3 names. I'm going to actively work on something for these 3 people for the next 90 days. And look at what's going to happen to you, right? So does this all make sense? Everybody good? Okay, I've got a handful of you guys that raised your hands, that committed. Get to it.
You said that soul was your relationship one?
Heart is relationship.
Okay.
Spirit, mind, body, heart, and then effort, business.
Okay.
Okay. And spirit is your relationship with either, however you look at it, your relationship with God, your relationship with the universe, your relation, like just kind of that inner peace kind of thing is what we're looking at. Manny?
You said you have a 90-day plan for the body. So you already have it. You're going to share it later.
I'll share. So there's this 75 hard that Andy Frisella put together. I've got kind of my own that's going to include an emphasis on, there's going to be cardio, there's going to be muscle building, and then there's going to be some diet. I've got some background with personal training, physical therapy, nutritional microscopy, some things like that. So for myself, I'm able to put it together. I'll share some basics. With that said, I am not a licensed personal trainer. We do have some licensed personal trainers as part of the groups. And for everybody, standard disclaimers. If you are at a spot where you should consult with a physician, or if you haven't done a physical in a while, you haven't done a blood panel in years or ever, you should get that done, right? So I do a physical annually. I do my blood panel at least every year, if not twice a year, and some other things. I'll share basics. If you haven't been physically active at all and you're above the age of 40, you should get yourself checked. But even with that, you can get out and walk. Hey, I should stop drinking this soda. I should kind of lay back on refined sugars. It would be better for me to get up and move about than sit and watch the newest, Netflix series, right? Like there's some basic things that we can all, I can get rid of the Postmates and Uber Eats thing. I shouldn't have $150 in Pizza Hut credit because I order so much from them, right? Like there are some basic things that a lot of us could come up with, you know? So it is, you know, there are some things that are almost common sense that you need to get with. But if you need next level, I'll provide basic stuff. But ultimately, you know, if you need to consult a professional, do that. Do not take my proposed basic workout as gospel for yourself because you are not me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Got to make sure that I put that out there. Yeah, you can absolutely, you can exercise with hand weights, get yourself a bike, do some other things. If you want to watch Netflix, but you're active while you're doing it, great. Do yoga while you're doing it. Awesome. But be active, right? There's different ways of doing that. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. And I know, guys, I know when I add in like the little disclaimers, I know most of you guys are like, okay, yeah. Like I've got to do it because like every once in a while I get an email or a message back from someone that's like, oh, I'm going to try. I'm like, we protect against ourselves sometimes, if you know what I mean. All of you guys don't need that, but I need to cover my own ass once in a while because sometimes some people. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you. And I'm glad that the group has been helpful. A couple of people messaged me there. So having a problem with faith, that's something we can talk about. Faith, whether it's faith in God, faith in the universe, faith in yourself. And I think a lot of times when you struggle with faith in God or universe or something higher, it's because we're struggling with our own feeling of self-worth and what we're capable of and recognizing our potential. And so that's absolutely something that we'll end up talking about. You know, it's a crisis that I had for a long time, you know, as I went through my divorce, as other things was happening, when I had depression. So yeah, we'll end up talking about it. But I can promise you a little bit of what we do with these other things. Like even if they're just the small, consistent work can help with all of it. Yeah, it absolutely helps with mental health, right? So 2 to 3 goals for each one of these things, guys. 90 days. It starts now. Welcome aboard to the pain train. No, I'm kidding. It'll be a good time. All right, we'll talk with everybody Monday. Sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Go forward. So what do you need to do? How do you stand out? So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger than you think. Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenixes that you are.